Okay, so part two, I'm not going to go into specific examples or time frames of things that happen because this is not a blame game. This isn't a shame thing. This is really for you to understand how to heal past your trauma. So, what I'll do in part two is to just discuss some things that I feel that I was lacking, which may be due to my quote unquote daddy issues. So, I definitely had some abandonment issues. And like I said, I lived in the house with my father. My parents were married. They got a divorce when I was 7. And I continued to have a relationship with him, going with him on the weekends and holidays and summers and all those great things going on. Sorry about that. The sound went out as I was looking at my video so that I can do any edits necessary. I realized that I had no more sound for the remainder of my video. So here I am to try to pick up where I left off. I actually have no idea what all I said yesterday because I don't write scripts and I do speak from the heart. However, to continue this very important subject, I would like to say that once again, for those who did not hear me the first time, this is my personal journey, and this is what I did to heal the trauma that I experienced from having my father not currently being present in my life. I know that there are other people who have different situations. You don't have parental issues, whether it's mommy issues or daddy issues, only because you don't know who that person is. That is a false narrative. You can have parents that were absolutely present but still have issues that were caused by the way that they treated you, responded you, or showed up for you in your life. So I'm not saying that I don't have issues or my issues are better than someone else's or that my issues are not important. All of our issues are important. All of our issues are valid. And this is the process that I personally took to heal from the things that I had been holding on to. And I'm sharing this information with individuals in hope that they would use some of these same tools to heal where they have had hurt in this area. I am not a professional. I'm not saying you have to do it this way, but I am saying that it is preferred for you to sit with yourself and your emotions and really try to understand where the hurt comes from and how to move past it. So back to where I believe I left off in yesterday's video, which was I did spend time with my dad. We took trips. I remember going to Galveston. I was at his house on the weekends and all of that. It wasn't until, like I mentioned, maybe around high school where the first break in our relationship occurred. So from that break all the way up into current, when I don't have the relationship with him, there are things that I notice. So I mentioned earlier that I have an abandonment issue. So then that makes me feel like someone's going to leave me. If I do get close to them, I can't let them all the way in because they're going to leave me because I'm replaying that abandonment or that idea of being left, quote, quote, by my father. Other issues that I have struggled with previously is having that relationship with a man and feeling comfortable in my skin, not having my father present during those high school years and during those years where I was a young adult entering out into the world and starting those real life relationships is really important. And by me not having that, I think that I sought validation in the wrong areas. I got attached to people quickly. I felt like I was not as worthy as I should have been. My confidence was lacking in areas as well. And so those are some of the things that I had to recently work through to know that, how do I work through abandonment? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What are those triggers? How do I have a heightened sense of self, and not even just the physical or the outward appearance, but who I am as a person? Who am I even? Do I even know who I am? Do I know who I like? Do I know what I like? Do I know myself? And being able to truly answer those questions and be able to realize what I bring to the relationship and what my role in the relationship is. I don't recall seeing the relationship between my mom and dad. It could have been toxic. It could have been great. I honestly don't even recall. So where did I get this example in my head? Who told me that love was a sacrifice? Who told me that I shouldn't speak up and that I needed to pick my battles and that I should let my husband lead and just follow? Where did I get that from? So in part 3, that will be after this, I will speak on how I healed and was able to forgive all of this trauma.